This will be for the Empire waist top. So this uses the Contour front and back sloper. So for Empire, that's where the waistline is raised up to be right under the bust. So for that, we want a square line from center front to hit right under the bust here. Then we'll measure this length at center front from our new waistline down to the original waistline. And on a full scale sloper, you will deduct 3/4 of an inch to then take it up here. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And match your side seams up here. You can see here I've got the shadow from the original sloper here, but we are using the contour, so I'm going to go ahead and match it up at the top and pivot it to the bottom. And that'll just help me make sure our side seams match. Now our next move is that we want this waistline at the back to be a 1/2 inch full scale sloper, less than what we have at the side seam. So again, these are 1/2 scale, but I'm just going to eyeball it. And then from there, you can use your French or hip curve to create what will become your Empire waist top torso. You can go ahead and number these now. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the next step we're going to do is cut all of this apart. So while we will keep our darts within the actual bodice pieces, we're going to eliminate those from the torso. Again, these have the shadow here, so I'm just going to cut that off so that we're truly working with what we want for our contour sloper. Cool. Okay, this is now your back bodice torso and your front bodice torso. So we'll just go ahead and make a little memo here. This will be cut on fold. And you put your grain here. And I do plan to line my torso, so I'm going to write cut 4, cut 2 interfacing. And here we'll do cut 2 and cut 1 interfacing, both on fold. Cool. Okay, so now from here, you can see that we do already have these adjustments, which is great, but we do want to take a little bit, this like a little bit further. So the first thing is we want to work from this curved French dart that we have here, but we want to bring the point down even 1/8 of an inch more. So bring that point down. Again, this is full scale, so 1/8 inch, very minimal. You want to bring the bend inward by 1/8 of an inch on each side of the leg. And then we'll want to take this in place because we actually are going to end up adding a 1/4 inch, again, full scale sloper at the legs here. And that just gives like a little more room just to breathe, a little more movement, and it helps set this bodice up under the bust, kind of like a shelf, whereas this is going to be super fitted to the rib cage. Here we'll want to lengthen the center front just by 1/8 at the waistline. Again, very minimal. And you can use your French curve to blend. This will blend to 0 at the side seam. And there's your empire waist top. Again, cut on fold. For the back, we actually want to go ahead and use the original dart here. You do have the option for this dart, but it's not necessary. For this, what we really want to create is that shelf under the bust. So you can leave a little bit of relaxed room back here in this dart, remembering that we did already take it in at the side seam. So the next step here is to walk this out. And you'll see, even here, I have a little bit to take from the side seam. Again, just remembering that these are shaded out, so it's just a reminder of where we've been with our traditional sloper and where it's come to for the contoured sloper. So that gives us our 4 main pattern pieces, but we still need to think about how we want to finish the neck, which could be either a binding or a facing. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and trace out what I would want to be my facing piece. And this will end up being cut 2 of interfacing as well. And then you'll want to keep this on fold. Again, these will get traced again separately, so there's no need to leave any marks of facing on your pattern pieces when you do go to trace them for your final. This will just be cut 1 fold and same cut 1 interfacing. And just add all of your proper seam allowance. And for this, just so that it's easy to get on and off, I'm going to plan for a separating zipper at the center back. So you can go ahead and just add only a 1/2 inch allowance here to give room for that to be placed in. But this is the empire top.